Curry with some crucial misses near the basket at the end of the game. Here he is at the podium.
Is that just a matter of touch with the finger, the tape? Is there something involved there?
No, I just got to make those. It's part of the. If I'm out there playing, got to produce, and it just didn't happen tonight.
Steph, what happened on the with the dunk at the end there?
That's pretty self-explanatory right there.
Oh, why didn't you lay it up then?
Because I was feeling pretty good, had a nice head of steam. Probably a little bit of frustration too around how the rest of the night went, but not my finest moment.
Mr. Curry, do you think that you all will get more production out of your bench going forward?
Everybody who steps foot on the floor helps us in different ways. Whether scoring doesn't really have to be it. The stat sheet doesn't look great, but they give us huge, bonuses in terms of defensive presence and whatnot. And from game to game, no matter who's out there, we trust everybody that steps foot on the floor. So, Game 4 is going to be another opportunity for everybody to produce and play well. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to win basketball games. So everybody just being locked in and focused on that task, no matter, again, who steps foot on the floor.
Steph, entire team has 8 turnover, and your team lost less free throw. But what was the main reason you lost the game?
I mean, they out-rebounded us by 20, and, a lot of those could help us continue to keep the momentum on our side. When we get defensive stops, you got to get rebounds and be able to turn that into offensive possessions for us. They were hungry for those 50-50 balls, and, it gave them life. So taking care of that, we did a great job of that, taking care of that at home. Didn't do it tonight. Obviously, I want to shoot the ball better. That's going to happen. But the rest of it is just basketball, man. The difference between winning and losing a playoff game is very thin, no matter who you're playing, and especially against a great team like Houston in this building. So wasn't our night.
Steph, were they doing something different defensively tonight, or was it just that they came out with a lot of intensity?
I mean, for the most part, we got pretty much every shot we wanted, myself included. Just we were rushing a little bit in the first half, but I think over the course of the game, we were pretty decisive on what we were trying to do. And again, it's just those momentum swings, a loose ball here, or offensive rebound here, that leads into a 3 or something like that, just gets the crowd going, gives them life, and they fed off of that like they're supposed to. So we got to take those opportunities away.
Hey, Steph, slightly to your left, Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. Kind of related to that last question, the team generally didn't shoot well from three-point range tonight, and I'm wondering what the Rockets do, if anything, to sort of get you guys off of your spots and make those shots more difficult.
I mean, they like to switch a lot, so some of our normal actions don't create, the same type of threes. But again, we shot 42% on 33 attempts. Like, that's pretty solid for a game. It's just, you on the other end, when you give up, 7 to Eric Gordon and 5 to James, like that's a difference. And a couple guys off their bench hit a couple, and a lot of them were on off broken plays. That it's just a momentum killer for us. So we understand what we need to do, and what we've done early in the series, and we can get back to that for Game 4.
Steph, over to you right here. You're up 2-1 the series without you having yet one of your better games. Do you embrace the approach that once you get going, there's a whole different dynamic that could be unleashed? No,
for sure. I mean, if a couple more shots go my way, this game could be different, but that's basketball for you. I'll probably be thinking about them tonight, go to sleep, turn the page. So in terms of where we are as a team, up 2-1 again with the opportunity on Monday to go get a win, leave it all out there on the floor. It's what you want going into a series against a great team like that. So I know we'll all be ready.
Steph, to your left a little bit.
Draymond had probably 4 or 5 great defensive stops at the rim, I think, in the fourth, to even get it to overtime. When he's making stops like that and getting the rebounds and pushing the break, how much does it fuel your offense to get a good shot?
I mean, it's huge in terms of him being a playmaker off of those opportunities, and we can run the floor. And he's in the middle of the floor reading the situation, finding the open guy or finishing himself. And it's tough for defenses to recover like that. So we should have more opportunities, to be honest, because we just missed a loose ball, the offensive rebound, when he made some spectacular plays. And those key moments are tough on the road because, again, their crowd gets into it. They get to set their defense and whatnot. So just got to be on alert, and all 5 guys just got to want the ball so we can push in transition.
So early in the fourth quarter, to your left, when KD got it going, I saw a different level of life on the bench and on the court. What went through your mind as you're watching that as he put you guys back on top?
He was a killer out there, and single-handedly gave us the lead, to start the fourth quarter. And once you get the lead and you start to settle in, the vibe changes a little bit, and obviously had it all the way down to the last possession. Even in overtime, still had plenty of opportunities to win. So the way that the first 3 quarters went for us to have a lead in the fourth because of what K was doing was spectacular. So just thinking about the good things that we did tonight and carrying that over to Game 4, I like where we're at.
Great, thank you. We'll have Draymond in here in Time now for the State Farm assist of the night. Chris Paul with 7 of those, but none as beautiful as this one to Clint Capella. Capella with a double-double himself, 13 points, 11 rebounds, and that's your State Farm assist of the night. Rockets get their first win of this series, 126-121 in overtime. So let's take a look ahead at the upcoming games in this series. Monday night on TNT, 9:30, we have Game 4 between Golden State and Houston. Of course, now Golden State holds the series lead still at 2-1. Ryan, what's your keys to Game 4?
Well, I think the key to the Warriors' success over the last few years, Chris, has been their balance and their unpredictability. And through the first 3 games of this series, I think they've been a little bit too predictable. And what I mean by that is Kevin Durant individually has scored 110 points. The Splash Brothers have combined to score 105. So KD's carrying the load. It's not how they usually play. As you know, Coach and Brendan, that's the thing that makes the Warriors so tough. They mix up their looks. You don't know if they're going to get going with the threes or the mid-range or the back cuts to the basket. And I think they've been too reliant on KD. So they're still in control of the series, but they need more out of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson if they want to take Game 4 and go back to Golden State up 3-1.
I agree with Ryan. They have to get more out of the Splash Brothers. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, those guys have to make shots. They have to get some of those easy shots they would get in the past when they would set a screen, slip a screen, some of that weak side action that you were talking about where it's not just KD posting up or KD just going one-on-one from the top of the key. That's not what's made them the most exciting team in all of the NBA to watch. It's because the ball constantly moves around the perimeter. You don't know who's going to score it and where they're going to score it from, but you know the Golden State Warriors are going to get a good shot. They need to get back to that style of basketball. And then Steph Curry has to resemble the 2-time MVP that he has been in the past, because tonight, for the chef, the kitchen was closed.
Yeah, and as a coach, man, the hardest thing to do when you have a player like Kevin Durant who's playing at the level that he's playing in these playoffs, it's so easy just to give him the ball anyway and say, go to work and get me a basket or create a basket for someone else. But I think I agree with you 2 guys. That's not who Golden State is. They're not a one-on-one basketball team. They don't spread the ball around and say, hey, it's your turn. They got to play with flow and spacing and timing. So, again, Steve Kerr said they need to get out and run more and create more opportunities for the Splash Brothers. And 2, they got to run their offense. The ball got to be in Draymond's hands. They got to be moving, passing, cutting, screening. And then they're setting up for those back cuts and those slips and things of that nature. And then that's when they're going to get Houston off guard. But right now, they're kind of playing into the Rockets' hands. Yeah, Kevin Durant is scoring, but think about what's not happening. Klay Thompson not getting quality shots. Steph Curry's not getting quality shots. And so when you look at how they're playing, if Houston can win this Game 4 and keep Golden State playing this way, one-on-one basketball, then Houston going to have a chance to creep back in this series and make it a real series by getting the game on the road.
Yeah, that Draymond Green also with a triple-double. The Golden State Warriors, in their entire history with Draymond Green, they were 27-0 when he recorded a triple-double. This was their first loss in the regular season or postseason when Draymond Green records a triple-double. So you're right, Sam. They got to figure out a way to take advantage of a performance like that from Draymond Green. Okay, that does it for the Houston Rockets Golden State Warriors press conference. I'm Chris Miles. That's Sam Mitchell. It's Ryan McDonough. That's Brendan Haywood. Thank you for hanging out with us.